Everybody, welcome into this week's edition of the Coach O Show, where we give you an inside look at Northern Michigan football. My name is Ryan Beckman, along with Wildcat head football coach Chris Ostrowski. Coming up on this week's show, we take a look back at a thrilling Wildcat victory over Saginaw Valley State. We'll take a look at the highlights, get coach's thoughts on the win. We'll talk with senior wideout Austin Young and look ahead to Saturday's game against the Malone Pioneers. And Coach, first of all, I still got the lucky jeans on once again.
Lucky jeans. They won't be changed the rest of the year, guaranteed.
A 36-34 win over Saginaw Valley State on Saturday at the Superior Dome. Let's get your thoughts on that. Wildcats coming with some big plays to get the win.
Yeah, no question. You know, at the end of the day, the name of the game is win, right? And you're judged on your product, and you're judged on results. And our job is to win football games, and you know, that's a game that maybe we don't get 2-3 years ago when we're going through this process. It was a great win, and it was great to see our players finish at the end, and we'll take it.
Absolutely, and let's talk about Shea Brown, combined for 4 touchdowns, had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown on the afternoon. What did you see from you?
Yeah, you know, I think from an offensive perspective, we're getting better every week. I don't think there's any question. You know, Shea's part and parcel of the product. And for Shea to be really good, there needs to be a lot of other things around him being good. With that being said, he's really starting to put a string of pretty good performances together in a row, and proof is in the product, and I'm proud of him, and we'll continue to push and prod to get him to continue to progress.
How about on the defensive side of things? Came with some big stops, especially there on that 2-point conversion attempt at the end of the ballgame.
Yeah, no question. You know, I think turnovers, creating turnovers, physical, run to the football, create big stops and big moments. Our defense continues to do that. Exciting to see. And
a little bit of luck along the way. JT Jerson on that 2-point conversion attempt picks it up and scrambles in, which proved to be huge at the end of the ballgame.
You know, I'll show you, any team that's successful has got a little of that lady luck, right? And I think we've earned it. I mean, we've gone a long time maybe without it. So JT made a phenomenal football play for us. It was awesome to see.
Absolutely. Wildcats now 3-2 on the season, 3-0 at home, and we'll take our first break here on the Coach O Show. When we come back, we'll talk with senior wide receiver Austin Young. That's next when we return.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
Welcome back to the Coach O Show. Tonight we are joined by senior wide receiver for the Wildcats, Austin Young. Austin, nice to have you on the program. And let's get your thoughts first of all on the Wildcats' 36-34 win over Saginaw Valley State on Saturday. Take us back from your standpoint in the game.
Just going into it, we knew it was going to be a battle. It always is every year. So with the GLIAC, you never know what's going to be the outcome. So we just put some effort on the field and turned out for us.
For you, 3 receptions, 66 yards and a touchdown, like coming on a 49-yard touchdown reception. I think we're going to take a look at that a little bit later on in the show. But tell us, from your standpoint, take us back through that touchdown. What was going through your mind? What did you see on the field?
We just went back to our bread and butter, and it turned out for us. My blocking was all there, and I guess I just hit the sideline running.
Absolutely. And well, tell us about the thoughts on this year's team as the Wildcats, specifically at the wide receiver group. That is a very talented group. Marcus Tucker each week, Keandre Craig, Paris Woods this past weekend as well. Just a lot of talent there.
Yeah, our wide receiver is very in-depth, and our young ones coming up are even talented, so they're always pushing us. We're a close crew. That's what we call ourselves. So I don't know. We get along perfectly, and Coach Knight there, he's always doing his best.
Who was the one that came up with the nickname? I've heard that now for a couple of years, the crew. Who was the one that came up with that?
Coach Knight, when he first came in, that was the first thing he told us, is that we're going to be crew, and that's what we're going to be. So.
When you look back at your time here at NMU now in your senior season, where do you feel that you've improved the most on the football field?
I would say my blocking aspect. Coming out of high school for quarterback, I didn't do too much blocking, so Coach Knight was a huge supporter of that. He taught me all the aspects of blocking, and he's still drilling it into my head, so that's a big thing for me.
What else have you learned from Coach Knight? Comes in with a lot of experience. What's the big thing that he gets across to you guys?
I would say just having fun out there, because sometimes you get a little caught up in the moment, and you're trying to do your best out there, and you just forget to have fun. So that's one thing he always tells us before every game: make sure we're having fun out there.
Being from Escanaba, being a UP native, what does it mean to you to have played your college football at Northern Michigan?
Oh, I love it playing here. I kind of knew from the beginning when I first visited that I was going to come here, so I just waited talked over with my parents and talked over with Coach O, and that's where I was going to land. So
been pretty much there in the back of your mind ever since, and just had to kind of go wait for it, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us about in the classroom, what's your major and what's plans for you after football?
I'm majoring in criminal justice, minor in sociology, and I am doing the police academy in the summer.
All right, and what made you want to get into that?
I don't know. It's always been one thing that I've been always passionate about, I guess, and it's just I went into it kind of just guessing to see if that's what I want to do, and I stuck with it, and that's just what I want to do now.
All right, Austin, we appreciate it. Appreciate the time, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you.
You bet. That's senior wide receiver Austin Young joining us here on the Coach O Show. We'll take a break. Highlights when we return. Back here on the Coach O Show as we recap a 36-34 victory for the Wildcats over Saginaw Valley State this past Saturday at the Superior Dome. And time now to get into the highlights. We'll take a look at the offensive highlights first, and with some good ones from Saturday, Coach.
Yeah, fantastic. It was an exciting day for us as a program, and as we are going through 15. I'm really proud of our football players, our staff, our commitment to each other. There's always ups and downs, but our commitment to each other is what is really becoming one of the great deals that's gone on here this season. So as we get to the highlights, and that I know it's what people want to see. We talk about it every week. You got to do some things that you rely on, and we're able to do some perimeter things. And the thing that I get out of the play is obviously the protection to throw, all that stuff. But when you watch the play and you see Austin here, and I'm trying to get this thing to roll here, and it's like, hold on, I think we're going now. Okay,
there we go.
So as you look, we kind of get Austin the football right there. And he does a great job of making the first guy miss, right? And you see Marcus Tucker flat on his face, right? and jumps up and makes that block right there. That block right there springs him. And then Austin's up the sideline. It's just a commitment to each other that as a head coach, you sit back and say, wow, we're getting it. The culture is clearly different. That's an amazing job. And we weren't even sure Austin was going to play in the game. For injury reasons, and just his character and his work ethic. He is a Wildcat, and the kid's a bona fide winner. We're going to miss him big time, and this was just a great touchdown for us.
Absolutely, and another one of those Wildcat touchdowns where the whole team, does their
Everyone's
job.
contributing. Everyone's contributing, and I think that's what's so important. I didn't realize it, but some of our offensive linemen told me they watched the show, and I say the same thing every week about this being reverse angle. So I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to fast forward through it.
That this isn't a teaching tool.
This is is a teaching tool, but we won't say that. And there you go from the back angle. I mean, talk about make a kid miss, huh? Catch the ball, boom, get up, retract a little bit, and then we're up the sideline. And that's a young man with tremendous talent and will. Great Wildcat. He's going to be a great Wildcat, no question.
Absolutely.
We get here to the second play, and then we talk about this. And when you make plays like this, maybe you got a little luck of the Irish helping you out, right? I'm not Irish, but at least it's something. And
we get it, absolutely.
We get it, and I think JT makes a great play on the ball. And now his heart and determination, he's getting in the end zone. And you see two guys bounce off him, bang, right there. And then he kind of gives a dive into the end zone, and just a fantastic play. Just players making plays, and proud of this kid. Another kid that's just all about the program and wants to become a college football coach, and it's going to help us in the spring because his senior year's ending here, and just a great football play.
Absolutely, and sometimes as you're going for the wins, you need plays to go like that and go in your favor.
There's no doubt about it. And from the reverse view, just the kid's overall drive to get in the end zone for us, and that might very well be the play of the game.
Sure,
that might very well be, and it's just one of those deals where you say, we got it. We got it. As we look at the offense here, we see Terrence Dye, who's another senior for us, has been with our program. And like Austin, Terrence played as a true freshman. We threw him in at running back. He was a wide receiver and just did a great job for us. Continues to do a great job. And we just kind of get a hat here and get in the end zone. And again, little drive, little effort, and he gets in. And I think when you see it from this view, you see there just breaking some tackles and gets in the end zone. Great finish for us there.
Yeah, absolutely. And real quick, Coach, before we cut to break, again, just these efforts from the Wildcats, second and third tries to pick up yards.
No question. I think when you look at a football team, do you see a football team that's playing with great effort? If you see a team that's playing with great effort, usually they're pretty successful, and we're clearly on that path.
All right, so we'll take a break here on the Coach O Show. When we come back, we'll get into the defensive highlights next.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by
Welcome back to the Coach O Show. We've already taken a look at the offensive highlights, saw some great plays from the offensive guys, Coach. Let's take a look at the stellar plays the defense made on Saturday.
Yeah. This was there was two critical fourth down plays that they were going to roll the dice and go, and on both fourth down tries here late in the game, one at the end of the third quarter, one at the end of the fourth quarter, we came up with a huge stop. And this is again, we're doing a heck of a job when you can. Guys in football, if you could drop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys in the coverage and still get pressure on the quarterback, you're going to be pretty successful. And we were able to do that here and flush them out of the pocket a little bit. And then the nonstop motor that is Jerry Buxton keeps on working and grinding and makes a great sack in a huge moment. And it was just a great play for our defense and an exciting time in the game for us as a program.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jared Buxton had a heck of a day on Saturday and a couple of tackles for a loss as well, and really stepped up big.
No question. He's starting to create that portfolio that you talk about. Game after game after game after game, and it's awesome to see. And he's going to be a huge part of our program here for the next year and a half.
Sure.
Okay, again, fourth down now, fourth down. And this is early in the third quarter. I mean, this is one of those where you say, we got to get a stop here. We got to get the field, the ball, and create the field position battle a little bit. And they're rolling the dice, obviously. And again, great break on the ball. Julian Hornback from a safety spot. He's a hair a little bit more, and he picks that off, takes it to the house. Great call by Coach Ballard. Really good scheme for us, and our players executing the scheme. Just fantastic job. We worked real hard on some things, and to see Julian, who's been in the program, he's from the very beginning, just contributing the way he is, exciting to see.
And I guess kind of a new position for him this year, shuffled around a little bit.
No question, no question. He's an outside backer, now he's a safety for us. It's a hybrid type kid, and he's able to do, and he's one of those guys that does whatever we ask him to do. Bona fide winner for sure. We got a bunch of guys that do that stuff. You have Matt Boonstra, who's a phenomenal player for us, filling in, if you will. Went and had 11, 12 tackles, flying all over the field. Responsibility sound. When you have depth, you have guys that truly want to be Wildcats. Good things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So as we get rolling here now, this is 2-point play to win the game now. We get a stop, we win. That's it. And it's about making plays and understanding. Just play this down. Play 6 seconds. That's what an average football play is. As hard as you can, and good things will happen. And they throw the fade here to the back of the end zone, and Keyshawn Walker makes a really good play on the ball, and that's it. Wildcats win. So it was a great finish for us in the Dome.
Absolutely. Your heart stop on that little fade pass there, or?
I felt pretty good about it. To be honest to God, I felt the formation was one that was advantageous for us. And when the ball went up in the air, I felt pretty good that Keyshawn was going to make a great play. I got faith in our guys.
Absolutely. And Keyshawn.
So no, my heart was
okay. There you go.
I was ready to win. I was ready to win.
Talk to us about Keyshawn Walker and how he's grown as a player in his time here.
No question. A young man from Detroit, played at Dearborn High School, and part of our original recruiting class. continues to work hard and does the things that we ask him to do on the field, and it continues to show growth as a man, and you know that's a process for all our players. It does his work in the classroom. I think he's like a 2.8, 2.9 GPA kid that's about 30 credits to 40 credits shy of graduating next year being his senior year. Been in the program. Next year will be 5 years, a redshirt junior this year. He's played a lot of football now, and I'm excited for him and to see him continue to progress in the program.
Absolutely, and always a key component for the Wildcats, the way they get the job done in the classroom.
Yeah, no question. That's a big part of this program, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, Coach, we appreciate it.
Thank you,
good
Ryan.
highlights this
Thank you,
week,
Ryan.
and we'll take a break. When we come back, we will head to our final segment, look ahead to the game against Malone. That's next when we return here on the Coach O Show. Welcome back to the Coach O Show. We head to our final segment tonight, looking ahead to the next game for the Wildcats. They're at home taking on the Malone Pioneers Saturday afternoon at the Superior Dome. It's also Family Day on Saturday, Coach. And kind of a nice tie-in with that. You talk with a lot of the players, at least I talk with a lot of the players, and they all say the same thing about this Wildcat football program, and it's a family atmosphere for them.
Yeah, you know, I think we worked really hard on that trust deal. And I think it's easier said than done. And I think the proof is in time and how you respond to certain things. And it's clearly a football family at this point. You know, not every day is not perfect, sure, and every day is not grand. But at the end of the day, I think everybody understands that we're going to stick together. And it's starting to show in our product on the field, and that's exciting.
One thing I want to ask you about, I know the motto we talked about at the beginning of the year was finish, and now
right,
that we're approaching this point in the season, how have the players responded to that mantra this year?
You know, we finished 2014, right? 14 with the win, you know, that win over Finley, and you know, when you're going through the process, you hear some opinions that really are, you know, you say, wow, I mean, I'm not sure they're looking at the same thing that you are, and it's noise. You know, it's whether noise is derived from jealousy, whatever the point may be. And our players, our coaches, were committed to just our product. Just coach your team. Just do the things that you think are right. Manage your staff, and that's what I did as the head coach. And our players just really responded, and our staff has been amazing. And we knew that you go into a game where you have 6 football games, you lose in the 4th quarter. Clearly, you need to finish the deal. Sure. And we've been talking about it since the second they got back on campus, back in January from Christmas break, and it's who we are. It's what we're doing right now.
Absolutely. Get the Malone Pioneers this Saturday. 0-5 on the season, but team got to be careful of. Almost won at Tech, and then 3-point loss in overtime against Tiffin.
Oh, there's no question. You know, this is not the best Division II football league in the country for no reason. There's really good football teams in this league, and the margin for error is that big. And this can easily be a team that's 3-2, 4-1, you know, whatever it is. And they're good. They're going to do a lot of good things. We're going to have to play hard and execute to win.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck. That's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Coach O Show. Back next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
The Coach O Show is sponsored by